So you want to get a triple S on the Mad Village with all the DLC characters in Mercenary Additional Orders. I'm going to show you how to do it, as the title of the video implies, right? Be kind of weird if I came in here and did anything else for you. So we want to sell all of our rifle ammo and our flash grenades, and then it is possible to only have 35,000 starting lay and be playing this area as Chris Redfield, so I'm going to treat 5,000 as 0 and not go below that so that this is perfectly replicatable. And selling all of the rifle ammo and the flashbangs is going to be enough to get you the full power and reload speed upgrades on your handgun. Then you are good to progress into the first area of the Mad Village, where we are going to come up to this cute little cottage up on a hill. You're going to say hello to that bluebird. That is a special tool for later. And it's worth getting the full power on the handgun because that is what is necessary to one-shot, headshot these Maroikas. And unfortunately, this is the first and last time you can do that. Now, I'm going to path towards the power-ups like always and not grab them, as I do not want you to think that this run is power-up dependent, but I still want you to grab them and have fun while you get your triple S rank. So 9 enemies in the area total until you come down to the bottom of the stairs, turn around, and wave goodbye to the bluebird to maintain your combo heading into this other little cottage area. So I like to come up to the left first where this big tree is, take out these 3 mini Maroika. I'll even run in and grab the money on that one, and then start to take out, well, just about everybody else before trying to path towards this cottage, as there's some rifle ammo in there that I want. The great thing about the Mad Village is even though it has a lot of areas which can be a little intimidating, there's not really a lot of tricky spawns or anything like that. You kind of just follow the path of the enemies. They come in large waves in a lot of areas. It's going to make it easier on certain other characters, Lady Dimitrescu especially, in order to, sort of not get baited like I've done in some other areas. So once you take out this last mini Maroika, 28 out of 41 is what we want to be at in order to confirm that we've killed all the enemies and we're good to head into the cemetery. Here's a good spot to sort of practice headshots as these come out of the ground. We want to shortcut our hand grenade to the 3rd slot because we're about to pull that out. But we need to take out you, and then one right here as well. And then we can go ahead and throw our hand grenade directly at the end of the level, as there is a giant Maroika coming out of the ground, and that'll do a good job of, taking out quite a bit of the health. Sometimes it'll fly towards you, but it'll get knocked down if that's the case, and then you can come over here and take out these last few enemies, path up directly into the base of the power-up, just in case you didn't grab it earlier, and move on to Area 2. Now, we really don't need anything else for the next few areas, not really until Area 4, but I like to get the rate of fire upgrades as well as energized guns. The more I play Chris, the more I like Onslaught, and there's some really crucial areas that you'll get Onslaught active on the Mad Village. Sort of organically. I'm just going to fire a bunch of bullets at this giant ogre coming at me, and before he even makes it to me, not only will he be dead, but the Samco will have spawned, and I like to just run up here before turning around and taking them out, just kind of hip fire wildly at them. You can go get the money, it doesn't really matter. We don't really need any crazy amount of money for this run. Now there are things on the left and right that you want to get. On the left here, you have a power-up. Out these lichens just to reset my combo timer, and then come in here with this time bank, and then these Soldat Eins will be neatly lined up, ready to run into my waiting handgun fire. Come out here, take out the Lichen Archer on the left, and the 3 on the right. And then center stage we have you. And this is where I will pop Onslaught, as 2 giants are going to come down immediately. And you can just gung-ho, rapid fire, the instantaneous reload, and then just run around, get all the money, get the power up. A few more Lichens are going to drop. Take those out instantly as well. And then get this time. And the last 2 Lichens will come down, take those out as well. And we are good to go into Area 3. Now, there's nothing from that area to sell, no treasures or anything like that, and so I am going to get some upgrades for my Dragoon. I'm going to grab reload speed and 1 in power, and call it a day. Reload my handgun and be on my merry way. Now, it's still going to be a little while before I do pull out the Dragoon. I tend to save it for sort of the last part of Area 4, as well as the fight for Mother Miranda. In this area, it's a lot of Soldat Eins. If this is an enemy that you have trouble with, this is a great area to get some practice in. Even if that's not necessarily what you wanted to do, you don't have much of a choice. You can come up here, get this power up. This area is, if I remember correctly, 2 Lycans and 5 Soldat Eins. So once you are at 7 out of 38, you are good to go. I'm going to equip a hand grenade and then switch to the handgun, as I remember that there's a Lycan that drops down. And then I'm going to throw a hand grenade, pop the last bit of health on both of these Eins, and then there is a Samka running around. It's annoying. You kind of have to put up with it, as you want an enemy to hang around to maintain your combo as you make your way up the castle. You do have 15 seconds in between kills, so around this part you can go ahead and take it out and re-equip the hand grenade. So there will be another Soldat jet waiting for you at the top of the hill, and we need to be quick about taking it out. So a leg shot and a hand grenade, and that'll do it. Take out 1 Samka as we path up here towards this power up, and take out that Samka. Just drop right back down. Now our onslaught will be active sort of as we head into this area. I don't like to pop it until after I've actually cleared out this area, as these enemies aren't really anything threatening, and I like the move speed for moving through the final part of Area 3. Grab this, grab all this. We're not really in a rush. And then after we get this power up, pop onslaught. So I head into this area, immediately take out that Lycan, take out this one. There's 2 Soldat jets here, which is going to help a lot with. And then, you might be thinking, oh, Boulevard, what happens if I fall? Well, let's go ahead and fall. It's okay to fall. You can get this time up. You know, you'll run out a little bit more of your onslaught bar than you might have wanted to. But you do have this enemy waiting for you at the end of the rope that you can take out and still be totally fine. So we head up this staircase and take out this first Lycan archer, re-equip a hand grenade, and throw it as... threw it in the wrong direction. So what happened there is, Q and 1 are pretty close to each other on the keyboard, and 1 is how I take out my handgun. A great lesson in just intimidation, really. You know, throw the grenade in the opposite direction of your enemy. It's a great scare tactic. Yeah, it's sort of a mage of flinch kind of thing. Now here, heading into the final area, I'm going to pick up a target locator, and I don't think we have the money for any meaningful upgrade here. Yeah, if we're treating 5,000 to 0, even if we sell a large crystal, still nothing doing. So we're just going to move on. So it's important to have good runs on areas 1 through 4, because it gives you a little bit of leeway in dropping your combo against Miranda and then still triple S-ing. Obviously, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to try to maintain the combo. But it is possible without doing it. And again, very straightforward pathing here in Area 4. Nothing tricky. There's a few areas where things get, I would say, moderately dicey in terms of dropping your combo, but for the most part, as long as you're making good time. So we're going to come over here, get this power up, and then turn around, equip a hand grenade, take it back off because we don't need it. There's a couple Maroika that are going to drop from the sky and give us what we need. Where's the giant? They're not a giant here? There he is. Alright, I'm going to take out a Maroika just to sort of maintain my combo here. I think I'm getting hit, yeah. I will switch to my rifle here. I'll go ahead and reload that as well. Switch to my handgun. 16 out of 30, 55 rather, and we are smooth sailing. Go ahead and grab that power up as you make your way over to another little I guess checkpoint is a good word for what these green smokes are. Care packages, almost. Whoa. That's a lot of fellers. And if you're wondering about sort of what power-ups you want to be getting, I mean, it's probably, honestly, a little late in the run for me to be telling you this, but for Chris, I think one of my favorites is definitely Auto Onslaught. Another big one is the headshot extension of Onslaught. Here we're going to immediately pop a Samka because we want to be able to come over here and grab this time bank before the Soldat gets here. So Soldat jet, so you can immediately start aiming for the heart. And then one more Samka, 34 out of 55, and we're good to progress to this area where we're going to pull out a hand grenade because 2 Soldats should be dropping right on top of us. And then just throw a hand grenade, pull out your handgun, continue to be on your merry way. Grab this power-up, and then progress into the final area of Area 4. So I like to come up here. I don't remember why. It's probably not where I wanted to be. I'm going to pop Onslaught. The area that actually matters is this one here, where there's a checkpoint, a power-up, and this pig. And that pig is how you are going to maintain your combo if you sort of get stuck in a fight against the Varachna, I think its name is. Oh. You can even just pull out the rifle, go to town on everybody. Rather than reload the rifle, I do like to just switch back to the handgun. And then for the last enemy, I'm sorry, Wilbur. Is Wilbur the spider or the pig? I don't remember. I think it was the pig. Yeah, because Charlotte's Web was the name of the... Right. I believe there's something back here as well, which you can actually just wait until everyone's dead to come back here and get this stuff. You know, it's an extra time bank, it's some extra money, and it is worth it to run over here because you will get extra points because it takes less than 30 seconds to do. I think that's what... I ran up the hill thinking I was going back there. And now, it's time for the fight with Mother Miranda. And the target locator is kind of a contingency plan, in that I'm really only going to use it if I feel like I need to quick get my combo going again. And you have enough to fully upgrade your Dragoon. You might as well pump the last few bits into ammo capacity on the handgun. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to equip the Dragoon. We don't actually have to, but we are going to... I thought we had to reload it, but we bought an ammo upgrade, so it's fine. And then we are going to equip the target locator to the 4th area, and we are good to go. So I'm going to start off with the Dragoon out, and... I mean, the best strategy is to just not kill anyone until you kill Miranda. The enemies will not spawn a second wave until after you have cleared out the first wave. So... at the very least, if you don't hit anyone, then you don't have to worry about anyone else spawning. But you do have to keep moving in ways that you are not taking anyone else out until you have taken out Miranda. As well as, you know, don't get grabbed. Chris is one of the easier characters to do this with, in my opinion. You can even just dodge this ability. And honestly, now would be a fine time to start taking out enemies because you are so close to the death of Miranda. I'm going to go ahead and take out the first wave there, focus back on her. Take out... Okay, I was going to say I'd take out a Maroika, but I think I took out Miranda as well. And yeah, it's pretty easy once you get through that last area, right? You just have to fully upgrade your rifle. Everything's pretty self-explanatory from there. Now, there's no money that's dropped by anyone in this area, mostly so that you don't have to worry about sort of min-maxing, grabbing all of that. You just kind of stand around and kill everyone as they... I thought I saw a Lycan spawning over there and howling, but I was mistaken. And bada bing, bada boom. That is going to be a triple S with Chris Redfield. A new record, even. So after you do it with Chris, obviously you want to do it with Carl. So we're going to queue up, get in here, If you've seen me do Heisenberg runs before, I'm going to stick with my usual build, which is maxing out my saw blade completely and grabbing speedy swing to the opener, heading straight into the area. Don't forget to equip the saw blade, as I think scrap is equipped by default. Now I looked up some stats, and it looks like scrap is a little bit more popular. I don't know, maybe saw blade just fits my playstyle better. If you max it out for the first couple of early areas, you are one-tapping every enemy with a 2-charge scrap, or a 2-charge saw blade body shot. So you can even like go for the legs there. And then as always, I'm going to not be grabbing the power-ups, but I will be pathing towards them so that you can get them, but I don't want you to think that the run is dependent on them. And then once you take out all 9 of the Moroikas in this area, we turn around and throw a saw blade to wave goodbye to the little birdie to keep our combo going as we head into this area, where I like to head up straight to the left, as there's really not a lot of enemies that spawn up here. It's just these... I thought it was 3. Maybe I'm thinking of you as the 3rd one. And then my next goal is this cabin here. There's a couple of goodies inside that I want to get my hands on. There's really no tricky pathing or anything here. Just, you know, all the enemies in one area, kill them, advance. I didn't kill you. Failed step 1. A few more hammers to the face, and we're good to grab a little bit more space. Slam the ground here. I'm just going to build up more hammer on these guys anyway. There you go. The large lichens are pretty easy for you to stagger with your Heisenberg hammer. Another 2-charge body shot, grab the large crystal, and a 28 out of 41. All of the enemies are dead. You are good to progress down into the cemetery. And I'm going to charge up my hammer on some of the soldats, as there's going to be a large Moroika popping out of the ground that I want to use a charge on. Come up here, get this power up, take out these Moroikas. I like to line them up like that. That's kind of the other cool thing about the saw blade, right, is you can actually send it through multiple enemies. So go ahead and saw blade the large Moroika as they're spawning, and then finish them off with a charge. I think I've gotten everybody's lunch money. You want to make sure that you properly bully all of the enemies. Really collect all of the taxes. Moving on here, we are going to sell all of our level trinkets, and then grab SOS, and prioritize the electric charge rate of Heisenberg's hammer, and pump a little bit into power as well, before moving on to Area 2, where we are going to throw saw blades at this giant. Shouldn't really have any trouble taking it out before it makes it to you. And then gaining some space, taking out these Moroikas, get a little bit of hammer charge even if we're feeling frisky. Then I like to run to the top of the staircase before I turn around and start taking out these Samkas. It only takes 1 charge of the blade, so you can really just left click. Should be 1 more. There you are. Then I'm going to charge up a little bit more to take out a large number of lichens all at once. And we want to go to the left and the right, because on the left is that power-up, and then on the... Are you serious? And then on the right is some extra time for us to go ahead and grab. And then I'll just go ahead and charge up Hammer Slam to take out these last few soldats. Then start progressing on the archers. I never remember where this one is, and they do kind of blend into the background. Luckily, because the saw blade actually does spin in front of you, it does a pretty good job of deflecting projectiles, as well as, you know, being a threat. And then I like to take the jet out here. I'm going to throw it directly at one of the giants, and then just start throwing saw blades at the other one. Oh wow, 1 tap. You're really not in any rush here. You've got plenty of time to run around, get everybody's money, get this power up, get this time on the left. So, you know, get a little bit of practice in for lining up enemies to die to 1 hit. And go to the goal. A little bit more money picked up, a few more flash grenades that I never use. Sell this ruby. Finish upgrading my electrical charge. Get another upgrade on my hammer. You can sell some flash grenades as well to go ahead and progress your power a little bit more if you want. Now, the sold-out Eins are one of the more annoying enemies for Heisenberg to take out because you don't stagger them with your hammer really at all. It's more about saw-blading the heart. So come up here, grab this. And there's 2 lichens in the area as well, which are good to stab you. Get some charge on your hammer built up so that you can electrify soldats. Once you are at 7 out of 38, good to move on. Don't forget about this lichen that drops here. And then I like to pull out my jet and aim it at the center pillar. Sometimes you'll take out 2 of the Samka as well and be at 12 out of 38, which is fine. You just need 1 alive so that you have something to keep up your combo with as you're making your way up here. There are 13 total is what we're going for. And then if you're feeling a little safe, go ahead and take out one of the Samkas first before going to town on this jet. And then if you take everyone out, you might have to skip that power up. You want to leave one of the Samkas alive usually. Unfortunately, on this run, I screwed up a little bit, so I'm going to have to skip it. And then, just kind of using my saw blade here. I'm going to start to charge up my hammer as we whittle it down to the last few enemies. Grab this power up, and once you are at 24 out of 38, you're good to progress into the lichen layer. Right, we no longer have the ability to two-charge body shot these guys, so pull out the jet, drop it on the jets. I only want to hit one of them. So I want to fall down here, I want to grab this, and then I still want to feel like I have enough time to run up here. Take you out. Get on my little... I keep wanting to call this a trolley. And it's very much not that. And then slam, just to keep my combo reset, make sure that I'm not like getting to the top of this and then stuck on a point where... Ugh, okay, got him right in the heart. We're going to turn up the intimidation factor. What? What is the purpose of this magnetic field if it does not deflect projectiles? I haven't really used it at all, but I thought that was the purpose. I immediately got hit with an arrow upon summoning it. So now we are heading into the 4th and final like area, as the 5th area is a fight with Miranda. And the trick in that one is really just, not dropping the combo. We do have enough money to buy everything we want and more. I'm just going to get a bunch of flash grenades as well. And move on to the final area. I thought there was something coming out of the ground there. Getting late. I probably should go to bed, but I'm still shooting these instead. That's who I am as a person. Okay, we're slamming the ground. You've all been naughty boys. I was going to do it to the jet anyway. And then I can get ahead. Got ahead. Made me do it a little early. Ooh, let's see how many of these I can line up. All 4 was the answer. That was beautiful. See, you still got it. I'm gonna book it down here. Take out this Marika that's like almost praying, it looks like. Just down on their hands and knees. More so just their knees. And then wait for Marika to fall from the sky. There's a giant that comes around the corner. They keep coming a lot later than I expect them to, and then they're like right on top of me. Okay, so he's not around the corner. I'm pretty sure he actually spawns somewhere, and I'm just not triggering the spawn properly. But gonna maintain our combo here while we take out this giant. The mystery of that will get solved on another day for me. But 16 out of 55, all of the enemies in this area are dead. So we're going to maintain our combo with that one, come up, grab that power up, immediately bank it to the left as soon as you drop off this little divvy, and make it to this sort of flash grenade thing. Not flash grenade, flare, that's the word. Knew it was an F word, didn't know which one. It wasn't the naughty one. So we're just kind of picking up all our money. I'm going to chill in this area for a little bit. There's a lot of enemies that come through. And we can just trounce them, as there is going to be a large lichen here as well. 28 out of 55, we're good to progress. And it's important to remember that we already have everything fully upgraded, so there's not a lot of use to money here. I want to get one of these Samkas down. And turn around. You're actually good to drop the jet here. This is like a fine area to do it. There's two more jets that you're going to fight when you come down here, but you do have this barrel that you can line up some stuff onto, so they're a little bit easier to take out. And once that's all charged up, go ahead, drop the hammer on them. Turn a corner here, grab this, and then move into the last area. Now, there's time down on the left. I like to come get this power up and hang out by the pig, because the pig is sort of your safety net in this run. It's how you are going to maintain a combo if it's taking you a little bit too long to take out the, I think its name's the Varachna. So be something. I'm going to get absolutely shanked by this large lichen. But you don't want to take out the pig until the Varachna is spawned. This jet is doing something spooky, so I want to... I'm sorry, little one. I've been backed into a corner. I'm getting destroyed right now, and I don't... Alright. Gonna drop the jet on Varachna. I'm gonna have to play this one a little bit weird, where I need to use this lichen strategically. I think I've got this. Okay, and 55. That was not clean at all. At all. Holy moly, was that bad. And we're gonna come down here. There's a few more trinkets and time bank, which is just sort of worth it points-wise if it takes you less than 30 seconds to go get that, so might as well. You want to have as many points as possible because, again, it is certainly the trick for the Miranda fight is that it is easy to drop the combo. And we're going to sell everything. Well, not the flash grenades. I worked hard for those. I mean, I'm just going to, you know, what else do I have to spend money on? Maybe I'll find a scrap build while I'm scrapping with Miranda. So there's a few ways that you can play this. You can either, like, drop the jet immediately, or you can sort of scrap with Miranda. I'm going to see how the scrap feels on her. Because the strategy that you want to go for, right, is just to not kill anyone until you kill Miranda. Which is a nice fantasy. The problem is, you know, in some games maybe you'd be able to kill... I don't actually know which of these is doing more damage. I'm going to start using flash grenades so that they stand still, because I have a million of them. I really feel like I'm not making much progress here. But as long as you don't kill an enemy, you can kind of just play this like you actually play the Miranda fight. Oh, crap. Alright, so it has begun. I accidentally killed an enemy. Which means now the floodgates are open, Miranda. The hammer is actually probably the best bet. The problem with hammering while the enemies are around is that you can accidentally hit one of them. So you do have a timer of 15 seconds in between kills. So it is forgiving enough that you don't have to really focus on clearing it out. And there are 19 other enemies that are going to spawn. At a certain point, they do start spawning like large lichens, which can be a bit of an issue. I need her to get out of the air. Right. I think that was it. No, you don't. Oh, I'm actually dying. That's not great. I think I'm gonna be fine now. Looks like that is Miranda down. Is this where the large weapons spawn? It'd be really embarrassing if I died here. But there are about to be a bunch of Lycan archers. Okay. And that should be a triple S. That was a lot sketchier than it needed to be. And of course you want to do it with Lady Dimitrescu as well, so we'll show you how to do that. Pick up all of the Duke's gifts, and then I like to go for upgraded thrill value on my claws, as well as 3 points of power on the Lady's nails, and then Thrill Keeper, and head into Area 1. So we're going to kind of take in the scenery. This is a different color palette than we kind of get out of the other areas. Gonna crouch down because you are a 12-foot tall vampire and you control and play like one as well, which means that when people are crawling out of the ground, it's difficult to hit them if you are standing up. So I like to just crouch as I come through the area and rip through everybody. Now, as always, I will be pathing towards the power-ups, but I will not be grabbing them, as I do not want you to think that this is a power-up dependent pathing, anything along those lines, you know, integrity and all that. And then we're just going to exit, get to the bottom of this little path, and then turn around and try to hit this blue jay with our insects so that we keep our combo going into the next area. Get this timer, and then I like to come up to the top left because that is where the least number of enemies spawn. So you take out these 3 mini Moraika, and everyone else is going to be in this main area here. And now that I've got a little bit of time where I'm just going to be tearing through enemies, I wanted to talk about some of my frustrations with Lady Dimitrescu and her playstyle. The main one being that you have to crouch a lot, and you can sprint to get out of crouching, but you cannot choke slam while crouching, even though it is something that has a sprint attached to it. And you also cannot throw your ornate vanity while crouching, which mostly is a frustration point in something like the factory, where there's a lot of doorways that you have to crouch under and a lot of large enemies who will like stand in the doorway to body block you, and I can't choke slam them because they're like just on the other side of the door. I'm stuck crouching while I hit them. I don't want to throw my ornate vanity at them because it might hit the doorway. And 28 out of 41 is when you are good to progress into the graveyard. And also a great time for me to get off of my soapbox about it and get back to clawing up these Maraikas, talking about strategy. So with all the enemies being condensed into this area here and none of the spawns being missable, it's really fine to drop your daughter. And then I'm going to throw the ornate vanity at the giant Maraika as it spawns. Grab all of this moolah and move over to where she is, kiss her on the forehead, and move into my next murder area. Grab all the money, the lipstick, sell my trinkets, and we're going to finish upgrading the lady's claws, and then I'm going to put some points into the power on Insect Swarm, as well as nothing else. And I'm going to go ahead and pop a Healy here, because I think I took some damage. And then I'm going to pop one Lady's Lipstick here and head into the area. Because when the Samkas start coming down, I want to have 2 charges of my insects, which means I need to get my thrill active off of these first 4 enemies, which I believe is only going to happen if I pop a lipstick before I enter. And yeah, that's also a fun little trick, is that you can actually, screw this. You actually can pop the lipstick while in the Duke's area. And that's something that I do a lot when playing for leaderboards. So at 8 out of 31, you have taken out all of the Samka. Good to move over here, where I will immediately take out a Lycan, crouch, and get into this power-up. And then over on the right, we have not a power-up, but an actual time extension. And then choke slam. I love the choke slam so much. It's so funny. And then what? Choke slam again. This is where I summon a daughter because I want her to take out all these archers. And part of the reason that I actually go for insect power up here is because the combos you can get a little dicey on like whether or not your combo is going to drop here, and the extra damage just makes sure that it won't because you take out the enemies so quickly. Then we're going to run to the top of the hill, and I like to throw my Ornate Vanity at whichever side ends up with 2 lichens. It does change from time to time. Okay, we missed. We missed the big guy. That's fine. We're going to take some damage here. That's fine. Okay, that was a little embarrassing. It's like a bad first celebrity pitch at an MLB game. Kind of what it felt like. So then we're going to go up and grab this power up. Where's my... Oh, okay, there's only 31 enemies. I was like, where's the 30-second? There is no 30-second boulevard. You're paranoid. Keep it together. So now we're going to grab all that doohickeys. Sell our, like, singular treasure. And then we're going to grab Vigorous Vanity, as well as start prioritizing cooldown time on the Ornate Vanity. And then we're going to dip. So I haven't really figured out the sweet spot for this starting area in terms of like how many ladies' lipstick is the appropriate number to pop. So I tried popping 2, and then my thrill bar just started to go down while I was still choke slamming all of these soldats. I tried popping 1, but then I got a full thrill bar, and again it started to decline as I was still choke slamming my way through the area. But I do want my chair available by the time I get to the jets, but maybe that's not even the right part. The problem that I've been having with this walkthrough is that I keep failing when I get to the jets because either my vanity will take out all of the Samka, or when I'm taking out this jet, they will all get in my face, and I can no longer melee the Samka, or the jet, because I'm going to drop my combo trying to get up here. So you have 13 enemies in this area, so as long as you are still at 12, you are good to go. And you really don't need to get that high up before you take out the last enemy, which is part of the reason that it's so frustrating when you do drop it. At this point, we should be good to go. We've got the ornate fixture for the jet that's up here. But man, oh man, have I been having a hard time tonight with not dropping my combo there. So it's definitely a little bit of a tricky area. We're going to come up here and get this, and then take out these birds. This actually seems like a fine place to pop some lipstick. You can animation cancel that, by the way. Once the bar goes up, there's still about like... It feels like 2 seconds of animation, but in reality, you can just swipe your claws. And then once you're at 24 out of 38, you're good to progress into the final area. Grab that power up, come over here, throw some insects at this first lichen to land, and then try to line up the ornate fixture to take out both of these jets. Fail. Take out this jet with some claws. Throw your insects, it's all good. Come over here. Turn around. You as well. The one sketchy part is sort of getting up on this, what do you call it? Not tripwire, zipline? Just because you do have this, you know, this area where you're not doing anything for a few seconds. It's scary. You feel like you might drop your combo. and I'm worried that if I summon my daughter, she's just going to take out all of the Lycans that I was going to take out anyway, or take out, like, the first one on the bridge, so I can't get the combo reset as soon as I get back up here. But that is how you get through that area pretty safely.
Yes, yes.
And then we are going to get, what are we going to get? How many ladies' lipstick do we have? We have 3. That's fine. That's a good number. I'm going to get power on the ornate vanity and power on the insects.
Please come again.
And we're going to go. Okay, off to a great start here. Come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. This is another one where, like, I want to start off by popping a lipstick, but as you can see, like, I got full thrill off of the first 4 enemies, so, like, what would the lipstick have actually done? Maybe I would have cleared them a little bit faster, but speed's not really the issue on this run. It's more so... I mean, the only issue I've really had in this area is, where? Not that. That's a new issue. I haven't had that one before. So one of the issues I've run into was in this area where, come over here, we get the power up. The giant spawn is, like, pretty wonky, in my opinion. Yeah, he's been coming out really late, like a lot later than he just did. And I think that Morika didn't come out alongside him at one point. And I, like, missed an enemy in this area, which was the first time I've ever done it. And I just, like, made it all the way to the end before I realized. So we're going to take out them, come up here, get this. Yeah, that giant spawn has been, like, really delayed for some of the runs that I've been trying to do tonight. It's been pretty funky. So this is the first part where we're going to get into just a large, dense number of enemies. This is where the Ornate Vanity cooldown ability is going to come in. Take out this singular enemy and then just bonk all of them. It's a large Lycan that comes out as well. And once you are at 27 out of 55, you're good to progress. You want to come up here, big boy? Oh, that's not you. Oh, 28 out of 55, sorry. I thought that was the large Lycan. Now, this is a little bit of a scary part because you cannot sprint at all in this building. You are stuck ducking the entire time. And so you're moving a little bit slower than you want to. You got to come out here and immediately hit one of these Samka with an insect. But once you're out, you know, you're in a pretty good spot. You're good to just chuck the ornate fixture at this jet. And then take out these Samka as you will. 34 out of 55. We're good to move on because these 2 jets are going to come down. There's a barrel here. Also, you're just pretty good at killing jets. But you do have to haul ass after that, especially if you want to pick up this power up on the left. Boop. And then summoning your daughter here can be a little sketchy only because there is a pig in a back corner that is sort of your safety net against the Varachna as something that you can kill to maintain your combo. And I'm always scared that my daughter is going to just take it out if I go back there, which is usually where I like to set up for other characters. Like back here. You can get this power up. There's the pig. Okay. Come here, big boy. Okay, looks like it wasn't an issue. And goodbye, Charlotte's Web. And then you can actually come down here as well. I like to save this until the end. You can run in here while you're fighting. Doesn't really matter. I just don't want to get like stuck down here when the Varachna summons and then not be able to get to my pig. But the time thing down there does make it worth it to go and actually get everything. So now, move on to the Miranda fight.
Naturally.
Where the trick is going to be not killing anything before we kill Miranda, which, you know, it's kind of touch and go as...
It's fine.
Lady Dimitrescu. The problem is, like, you can't just open with your ornate fixture. You can, or your ornate vanity. You can't really summon your daughter. But
Good day then.
luckily, your claw attacks don't really run the risk of AoEing onto the lower areas. But what we are going to do is pop a lipstick, animation cancel after we get to the half bar, and then pop it on the full bar. We're just going to run straight at her. We're going to fire insects at her. We're going to clawing her up, going to town. I'm following my insects, not her. And then, you know, if you kill some enemies, it's really not the end of the world. It's not too hard to just kind of pivot and start taking them all out. You know, it's like, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but that's sort of the balance of this, right? Now, I actually do find just focusing on Miranda to be really easy with Dimitrescu. Easier than Heisenberg, certainly, and as you can see, like, doing a really good job here of just, absolutely just staying in her face with the right hook, left hook. I haven't really taken any damage, I think. Okay, and now that she is dealt with, I even killed an enemy in the process, it looks like. I guess I was doing more damage to these than I really thought I was, but might as well summon a daughter. Help me just kind of clear things out a little bit faster. There's really not much to say, right? Like, the rest of the enemies are not the issue. Once you take out Miranda, things are pretty easy. Should be 2 large Lycans next, and then 5 Lycan archers. So yeah, we can just choke slam. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, pretty boy. Come here. Vanity, drink a little wine, you know, celebrate a little. And then head straight for the end, and that will be a triple S, all 3 DLC characters here on the Mad Village.